Hey, everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. You're in my corner, and I have a very special guest in the corner. Would you like to unveil your not so secret identity?
Hello, it's Chantal Strand here. Thanks for having me on.
We're very excited to have you on The Fan. In fact, a lot of the fans were super excited about this, pointing out that I used to cosplay your character when I was very young.
You really? Oh my gosh, that's wonderful.
It's actually the only one I still wear because I can still wear it, and actually, I have peripheral vision.
Please don't keep me in suspense any longer. Which one was it?
It's Lacus Klein.
Ah, yes. The famous Lacus Klein. Oh my goodness. That I'm sure you made a wonderful Lacus Klein.
Oh, well, thank you. You have no idea what I look like, but thank you very much.
Hey, the costumes out there are pretty spectacular, so
My favorite part about it is I actually got one of the limited edition like talking Haru balls. So it was like ridiculous amounts of money. I think it was like 200, $250, but I have it.
but it made all the difference, I bet, right?
Definitely. People didn't care about the costume so much, they just cared about the Haru ball.
Just yeah. Dang.
Exactly. But obviously, that wasn't your first stint in acting. I'm sure there's plenty other history before that. So, I'm assuming out of the womb you weren't like, I'm going to be an anime. So, what exactly did get you into acting?
No, it was not my early dream. But yeah, actually, my twin sister, I have a twin sister named Michelle. Hi, Michelle. And we started off in the business really young. We did start off young, 5 years old, doing stunts on Look Who's Talking Now. And yeah, these stunt coordinators just came to our ballet school and were looking for little sort of stunt doubles for this young actor and picked my twin sister and I because, double trouble and two for the price of one type thing. And yeah, we were the right size and the right height. And we worked on that for probably about 3 months, doing things like wire work, 50 feet in the air, actually, for this space scene that ended up being cut out, unfortunately.
Oh no.
It was pretty cool, though. And we did some basketball doubling with Charles Barkley for some of the scenes. I believe those made it in. And yeah, just simple stunts like falling off of cabinets and yeah, the coordinators were like, "Well, you girls have great presence on set. You should get an agent." So we did, and my agent had really good connections into the voiceover end of things and started sending me out. I was about probably 10 or 11. And yeah, I think my first big role was probably Dragon Tales, Cassie on Dragon Tales. And yeah, it kind of started from there. I worked my way in and here I am today. The
You
rest,
must have been the really popular kid on block because you got to be like, look, that's me. And probably nobody believed you initially.
yeah, no, I definitely, and for little kids too, like I get a lot of parents coming up to me, "Oh, do the Cassie voice." And they are so confused. Like the looks on their faces, they have no idea how this voice can be coming out of this person who does not look like the character at all. It's like Freaky Friday for them. They're, yes, I've gotten a lot of crying and tear reactions from children as opposed to what you'd think, like the usual happy joy that Dragon Tales is supposed to bring.
Oh no. How do you handle a situation like that when a child is just like bawling at you?
Yeah, I just basically, it's okay. It's pretend. It's make believe. It's still you can still watch the show. She's on the show, and I try to, if I can, bring out a little plushed animal so at least they can sort of make that connection. But yeah, I don't know. When they're that age, it's kind of hard to explain, right?
I can kind of understand that. In fact, my uncle's child, he was really into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or whatever. And I was like, hey, I've talked to, like all the ones in this movie. And he's like, really, you know them? And you can get them over a phone call and that's about it. But presenting them in real life, they're like, wait, what? That's not a green turtle.
No, I can't make them appear here. The character itself and with the voice magically attached to it.
One day soon.
Yes, I know. We're gonna get there technologically, I'm sure.
But obviously, traditional voiceover is actually very different from dubbing, just because you're matching lip flaps. When you initially started with dubbing, did you find that difficult?
Yeah, I started off pretty young. Once again, I was maybe 12 or so when I did my first anime show. I'm trying to remember what it was. It might have been Tico and Friends, which was, I don't know if anyone out there remembers it, kind of obscure. But yeah, it's definitely more challenging, but I've always really enjoyed it. I've always really liked the challenge. And it's kind of fun to just sort of be in there by yourself in your own zone. And, you do get the good 3 beat warning, and sometimes we watch it ahead of time, but it's kind of just, you sort of fit it in as you go. And yes, they do call me the one take wonder. So
Oh, fantastic.
yeah, even as a young kid, they were like, "Oh, there goes Rocket. There goes one take wonder. She's just bam." So I guess I kind of got used to, just watching the picture and trying to time it out as best as possible, and it kind of becomes sort of a instinct and like a second sort of way of talking. I don't know. It's you just sort of zone in on it, so it's really fun. I enjoy it.
Well, I would think also due to the fact that you were in dance too, anything with rhythm seems to actually aid in that process.
Yes, it did help for sure. Yep, and my musical background too. I started playing piano when I was quite young, so that has always helped with voiceover work. Just as far as beats and timing goes, because yeah, it's timing is everything.
Man, I tried that piano thing and then I just kind of fell out of it so quickly. I'm like, this is cool. I can play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And then you get to the hard sheet music and you're like, no, I'll do it tomorrow.
Oh,
And then you forget how to play.
scales and who wants to do all that, right?
That wasn't fun at all.
Just kind of want to rock out to and play, like Disney music or or pop songs or something. Or I always wanted to get into jazz, and they kept telling me, "No, you have to learn classical first." And I just got so frustrated with it.
It's like school all over again. You want to be in art, you have to take algebra. Okay.
If I have to,
I really don't want to, but okay. Uh,
school, stay in school.
yes, and don't do drugs.
Yeah, no, no drugs. No.
Sonic says, Sailor Moon says, Lockhess Klein says, there you go. Uh,
The dragon definitely says don't do drugs. There you go.
yeah, there you go. But now for the fans out there, obviously a lot of our demographic grew up with you not only in kid shows but a lot of anime shows. Is there anyone in particular that people point you out for more than others?
For anime shows,
Yes.
definitely I get a lot of Bijou fans from Hamtaro, which she's probably one of my favorite characters that I've ever played. It's kind of hard to pick a favorite, but yeah, just a really fun and quirky and great character. Her lines were always a hoot, and yeah, and just such a fun show. And yeah, people just seem to really love that show. Also, I had a great girl come up to me wearing an awesome cosplay costume, wearing she was like a girl version of Bijou, so and she had the pigtails and the outfit and everything. And yeah, she came to my booth at the Vancouver convention I did last summer, and I was just blown away by her costume and her enthusiasm. And yeah, so yeah, Bijou, ooh la la, definitely one of my favorites.
That's adorable. When you initially started describing it, all I could think of was some girl like in this big mascot costume.
It's huge, yeah. This huge, like, giant hamster costume. I know. Hey, I'm sure that could, work out really well for someone out there.
As long as they have one of those like internal fans or something, because conventions can get really hot.
It could get kind of, yeah, it could get kind of serious.
A little gross inside too. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I destroy magic everywhere I go. Thank you, cosplayers. But no, before we talk about any events that you have coming up, we're going to take a short break here on 91.8 The Fan, so don't go anywhere because our special guest isn't. So keep it tuned to your favorite station, where we play everything you want and nothing you don't. Hey, everybody out there, you're still tuned to 91.8 The Fan. You're in my corner, and my special guest is still here, alive and breathing, I promise.
Yes, I am. I'm still here, breathing, alive.
That's always a good thing. Nobody's
Yeah.
going to sue me now. No, I'm kidding.
Promise.
Sometimes the IRC likes to, or live chat likes to make fun of me and say, "What are you doing with them behind the scenes?" And I'm like, "I'm not doing anything, I promise."
That they can tell, right? No one can really see or know, so who knows? But no, honest, nothing wrong going on here, I promise.
But for the listeners out there, you do have a show coming up where they can actually meet you in the flesh, in the person. In the
Yes,
person is not really a way to say it, but yes, in person.
in person, and my voice will be there also. Yeah, I'm gonna be at San Jose Fanime Con, which is this coming Friday, May 23rd to May 26th. And yeah, I'm really excited to visit San Jose. I've never been, and it's my second convention, so I'm kind of new to these, but looking forward to checking it out and meeting some new people.
Well, I hear the weather is really nice right now, and I know some parts of Canada are still getting snow, so
Yes,
hopefully.
that's true. Luckily, not here in Vancouver, but but yeah, back east, and I think Calgary and other parts of Alberta, and yeah, they've been snowed in here and there. So crazy Canadian weather.
Yeah, our one Canadian staff member who's from Thunder Bay,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, he's like, it's snowing, and I'm like, it is 95 degrees here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It sucks to be you.
Oh, I love Las Vegas.
Except in the middle of summer, then you should run far away.
Or at least have a couple cold drinks in your hand.
Exactly.
Nickel.
But for the fans out there that want to, keep up to date with any projects that you have coming up or any conventions you have coming up, do you do the social media thing?
I do, yes. I've been on Twitter for about a year. I figured I'd better get on the trend while it was still going before it died out, right?
I don't think Twitter's going to die out anytime soon, but that could just be me.
I don't know about that. I think it's kind of slowing down. No, no, but yes, please follow me. I'm at Chantal Strand, and yeah, I'd love to tweet with you.
And you're also on Facebook as well.
I am on Facebook. Yes, I have a personal page, so yeah, feel free to add me as a friend. And I also have, a page for all my work where you can get updates and stuff, and just search Chantal Strand and it'll come up, and yeah, and give me a like. I would appreciate that.
It would be a social party
It will be, yeah.
with rave lights and cupcakes. But is there any projects you want to promote to the fans? Anything that you're working on that you can talk about, or anything that recently came out you want them to know about?
Well, My Little Pony season 5, we're currently recording that, so really exciting. I can't believe it's been 5 seasons. And yes, I play the mean Diamond Tiara, who gets a little bit of a little bit of criticism for her character, but she actually has surprisingly a lot of fans out there too. So I appreciate that. Thank you for the love, and thank you for not throwing rocks at me whenever I see you.
That would be really mean.
I know. Well, she's a pretty mean character, so I can't really blame them if they do. But
Yeah, I do hear that she is quite mean. I can't say I'm a brony myself because the bronies are very tight knit and very passionate, and I'm not sure I would like to consider myself more of a casual person on that regard. But
like a sister.
oh, there you go. I like that.
There you go.
But yeah, the character just seems very very snobbish and haughty taughty. So
She is. Yes.
no,
She wears that tiara proudly, for
well,
sure.
I have to wonder when you play a character like that has that sort of attitude attached to it, does it feel kind of liberating to be that mean in the booth or no?
Yeah, it really does. It's kind of good therapy. It's a good therapy session. And yeah, I always tell people that I love to just mock the mean girls that I've come across throughout the years. I just take all of their sort of negative energy and I kind of just mock it, and it's really, really satisfying.
That is very good inspiration because it seems like girls encounter the meanest bullies.
It's true. They can really have quite a bite to them. So yeah, I kind of just use that for inspiration, and yeah, I get out all my anger and issues in the recording booth. There you go. And then I'm perfectly pleasant otherwise in my day-to-day life. Or else, because if I didn't do that, it would probably be a completely different story. Watch out.
Well, we'll keep that in mind. But with My Little Pony, it has such a really interesting fan base. Obviously, kids like it, but more adult males like it as well. Were you surprised when you heard about that?
I was at first, yeah. Shout out to the bronies. Hey, bronies. But yeah, I appreciate all the fans. They've kept the show going as long as it's been on. And season 5, I'm really enjoying the process and excited to see where it's gonna go. So yeah, I mean, you know what? We all have our interests and different likes, and so hey, I say yay bronies. Go go.
Well, it seems like nowadays, it used to be uncool to be a geek, and now it seems like everyone has some sort of geek tendencies or geeky hobbies. So, it's just getting bigger and bigger.
I think unique is becoming the new cool. Quirky is the new cool.
Well, that's the way it should have been anyway, let's face it.
Like, I know, right?
Well, now, for the fans out there, since we're nearing the end of this interview, I was wondering if you'd be willing to participate in a 91.8 The Fan tradition.
Sure, absolutely.
Wonderful. We basically ask if you'd be willing to do a radio bump for us.
Of course, I would be honored to.
Awesome. Well, we ask if you could say, hello, my name is, you insert your name. I do this. You can say you're a voice actress, any characters you've been, whatever you want to put there. And you're tuned into 91.8 The Fan.
Okay. Hello, my name is Chantal Strand. I'm a voice actor currently recording as Diamond Tiara on My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan.
There you go. And we can just splice that together. That's an easy fix.
Yeah, that's what we voice actors count on, trust me.
You'd be surprised how many people, they do the line and they're like, wait, what am I saying? Because the line is not in front of you.
It's so true. Moot. It's moot.
So she's probably peeking at the Skype info. Okay, don't mess up the numbers. Don't mess up.
I know. I'm looking at numbers like, shoot. I'm horrible with numbers. Math, it's just no. So that's, what can I say? What can I do? We all have our weaknesses.
Well, it always seems like the way commercial copy is with numbers, especially when they type them out, it's the worst.
Oh,
Like they actually type out the 3, the 2
yeah.
as words instead of like, here's the phone number.
Yes. Oh, so true.
Those are so wonderful. So before we let you go, however, is there anything else you'd like to tell the listeners out there? Any words of wisdom, dating advice, predictions for the end of the world?
Ooh, that's cheery. I would just like to say, yeah, I hope to see you guys at some future conventions. And I really appreciate all the fans out there and all the support. And I love tweeting with you guys. I love chatting with you guys. And yeah, just, stay true to yourself. Be unique and quirky. Don't bully each other, please, because that's just really one of the biggest issues out there, I think. Yeah, we just have to celebrate our unique personalities and don't isolate each other. That's my message for the day.
I think that's a very powerful message, so I appreciate you saying that.
There you go. Well, thanks. I try to impart words of wisdom when I can.
Well, for the listeners out there, since they do have technically 3 days to somehow throw a miraculous cosplay together, is there any cosplay that you're hoping to see that you've never seen before at Fanime?
Yeah, go for it, guys. Go all out. I mean, they do. Let me think. You know what? I loved the Bijou costume that I saw. That was very cool. I'm trying to think of other characters that I like to see. I think a Diamond Tiara cosplay would be awesome. I have not seen one of those yet personally. I'm sure there are lots of people out there that have done it. So, yeah, go for it. And hey, yeah, Lacus Klein, awesome. She's a fave too. So, yeah, hope to see lots of you in your awesome costumes coming up this weekend and another cons in the future.
Well, I'm totally sure you'll see a Diamond Tiara, especially due to the fact that people now do like humanized forms of those characters. So
Yes, it's very interesting. I love it. And yes, I want to see your Lacus, Jackie, at some point. I'm going to Google it.
I'm not sure if you'll find it on Google, but I'm sure I could send it to you on Skype when I was like 16. I think I only have pictures from when I was 16.
Rockin'.
Now that I'm 23, yes, thank you, age. But no,
just a number.
exactly. But no, thank you very much for this. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for having me on. I really enjoyed chatting with you.
Of course, and for any of the listeners out there that missed any of this interview, don't fret. You can find it on the website within the next few days. So keep your eyes peeled to 918thefan.com and your ears tuned to 91.8 The Fan, where we play everything you want and nothing you don't.